Pastor Trish. It is Monday, October 19th, and the good news about a cloudy day and a storm coming tomorrow is that the sun isn't shining in my window and getting in my eyes and washing out my screen so that you can actually see me. I don't have to sit on the floor. The bad news is it's getting darker out earlier, and in a couple of weeks, it'll be even darker sooner and I have to turn my lights on in order to see my Bible. It's all good, right? It's all good as we await the storm tomorrow. I pray and hope that you will stay warm and stay safe in whatever the weather brings us tomorrow. We are on, though, tonight, Psalm 86. We are getting toward the end of book 3 as well, just a warning to you. And this psalm is uh, not unfamiliar to us, but a little bit different than a number of the psalms we've been hearing lately. This is an individual prayer for help. And what's interesting about this psalm is it starts out with some prayer. All of a sudden, it's almost like whoop, and it switches and it gives praise to God. There's some praise and thanksgiving that happens, and but then it's like it's not too long, and the psalmist has to go back to those petitions asking for help and asking God to save and to rescue. Often in most Psalms that are petitions for help, we hear the petitions, and then in the end, we hear either a psalm turning to praise or assurance of trusting in God and resting in God and those kinds of things. And so this was a little bit different in that it's a little more cyclical and turns back again to those petitions. That reminds us of the cyclical nature of our lives, really, in ways in which we are needing God, asking God for help, understanding that God is working in us and through us. Some of our prayers get answered, even if our prayers don't always get answered or don't get answered in the ways that we want or would wish for. We still understand that God is present and walking with us in that. And so we turn periodically to giving God thanks and praise for being God and for loving us and caring for us no matter what. And then we can't help but again turn back to asking for help and asking God to deliver us, save us, whatever it might be. And so we find the cyclical nature of asking for help and giving thanks to God and doing those things when prayers have been answered, and even in the midst of a crisis when prayers are still unanswered, or new issues or concerns or fears or whatever it is arise. I know that's true for some of you who will be watching, maybe are watching now, or will be watching this at a later time, that you are seeing the cyclical nature of concern, thanksgiving, concern, petitions to God arising in your own life for a whole variety of reasons. And so my prayer, I pray for you, and I pray that this psalm as well will be able to speak to your heart tonight. So let us pray. Incline your ear, O Lord, and answer me, for I am poor and needy. Guard my life, for I am loyal. Save your servant, the one trusting in you. You are my God. Be gracious to me, O Lord. Unto you I cry all day. Make glad the soul of your servant, for to you I lift up my soul. For you, Lord, are good and forgiving, abounding in hesed, abounding in faithful love to all calling on you. Give ear, O Lord, to my prayer. Listen to the sound of my pleading. In the day of my distress, I will call to you, for you will answer me. There is none like you among the gods, Lord, and there are no deeds that compare to yours. All the nations that you made, they come and bow down before you, O Lord. They glorify your name, for you are great, working wonders. You alone are God. Teach me, O Lord, your way, and I will walk in your faithfulness. Unite my heart to fear your name. I will praise you, O Lord my God, with all my heart. I will glorify your name forever. For great is your hesed, your faithful love toward me. You snatched me from the depths of Sheol. O God, the insolent rise up against me. A violent crowd is seeking me. They do not set you before them. But you, O Lord, are a God of motherly compassion, gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness. Turn to me and be gracious to me. Give your strength to your servant. Save the child of your handmaiden. Make a sign for me of goodness. Those hating me will see it and be ashamed. For you are the Lord. You helped me and you comforted me. May you know and remember and experience once again God's help and love, and most of all, God's Hesedness, God's faithful and, and everlasting love for you. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.